What's going on, BFL fam? I'm Carlos. This is Olya.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Today, we're going to talk about 10 fragrances that you can find decants of at FragrancesLine.com. Keep it right there.
Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover.
Thanks so much for tuning in to BFL today. As always, I really do appreciate it and hope you're all doing fantastic. This stranger sitting next to me, who is she? I haven't seen her in 3 months. Why is that? Why is that? She's been mad busy. Hopefully all good things.
Yeah, I've been laying low, just doing my things.
Good for you.
Yeah, but I love you. I still love you.
I love you.
And all of you guys.
But we've been in touch every single week for those 3 months, right?
Yes, we have. We're text buddies.
So, Olya happens to be a special request from FragrancesLine. The representative reached out and said, please do our next video with Olya. We love Olya so much, so
I'm very flattered.
We got it done, and here is Olya. Thank God. Thank God for you. I love you so much. Really, I miss you.
Make me blush. Stop
we couldn't shoot right away because we had to get reacquainted with each other, so we just talked for about an hour and a half. We're way off schedule. Let's get this video going. 10 fragrances that you can get a decant of at FragrancesLine.com.
Stay tuned.
Let's start with this baby right here. I'll hand it over to you. Ladies first.
Ooh, so this is Portrayal Man, and I've been a big fan of Amouage brand for a long time.
Yes.
I think by now everybody knows that, and I love the men's actually collection even more than
women's. I love the women's. Memoir Woman.
I mean, I love them both, but I feel like the men's releases, they really speak to me. And this particular release, a lot of people were comparing this to the Fahrenheit, which I grew up around in the 90s, and I was like, no, because I actually am not the hugest fan of Fahrenheit. Maybe because it was just like too much of it around when I was growing up. But this one is a super modern, slightly spicy, slightly powdery, really beautiful balance, like a spicy aromatic with a little bit of like that ozonic feel to it, which I think is super cool all year round. So to me, this was a really good release on their end.
I gotta tell you that even like the not so great Amouage, they all make a statement. Like when you wear Amouage, you're gonna get noticed.
You do, and that's what I've really been, they've been around, I feel like, the longest out of in the niche game. They've been around since, I think, the 80s.
And who have been the most consistent, perhaps? Yes. Like, there's not too many duds in the Amouage lineup, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there's definitely something for everybody to find in there. So even if not necessarily you're going to love the whole line, even though I kind of do. And I'm pretty sure you do, too, because, we've been fans of them and reviewing them. But
Hashtag Jubilation 25 for life.
For life.
So up next, we have a fragrance that was one of their more mass-appealing releases from this particular house. Is from my good friend Roja. This is called Elysium Parfum Cologne.
Very popular release.
Signed by him. We did it together, remember?
Yeah, and a lot of people love it. A lot of people that I speak to always have this in their collection.
And he thanked you, but he said your name wrong. He calls you Olga.
I know, but I'm mad at him.
Everybody does.
Sweetheart, I love him, yes. But it's Olya.
Oh, yeah. So this was definitely a strategic release from the company. They wanted more of a broader audience, so they released something that was going to be more mass appealing, and indeed they did. This is fresh, this is fruity, this is vibrant, and it's also a little spicy. He didn't lose touch with who he is as a perfumer or a brand.
Absolutely.
He just made it a little more pleasing for the masses.
Absolutely. And I think that it also, for me, it was that release that when the father, let's say, is buying something also from Roja, then the son and the next generation can also find something for himself. Same thing that I found with Elixir was the female kind of version of this, and it was also a much more modern, younger version, which I really think was a great idea.
So this has a playfulness to it, right?
And I loved it. I think this is one of his best releases that's, more every day.
It's a great seller at your job?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. I'd like you to go next with this one. I chose it because I'd like for them to get a female perspective on this fragrance.
All right.
There you are. Matches your lips beautifully. Nothing like a red lippy, right?
Classic. Well, I love this release. This was the latest release by Parfums de Malle, and for me, this is a very dry sandalwood with that really dry take on orange blossom. And I really like that amber warmth in it. I think this is a very spicy opening because it has black pepper in the opening. And it really settles much softer after about an hour. So you kind of have the spiciness and the sharpness of it. And then in the second, phase, you really get to enjoy the warmth and the creaminess of the sandalwood, which I think was perfect.
When I was first testing this, I tested it on the beach, and it withstood the heat and humidity of a hot summer day in
I can
August.
totally see that. I can see that with this baby.
Yes or no? You're a Baccarat Rouge fan. Do you get it or do you not get it?
Die Hard. No, I don't. And I have heard those comparisons, and I gotta tell you that if I did, I would have said it because I don't see an issue with that.
Because you love that fragrance.
I love that fragrance. I have it in EDP. I love it in an extrait, and I think that if I saw a resemblance, I would have totally said it because I would have probably enjoyed the resemblance just as well. But for me, this really stands on its own.
So the next one is, let's do white. My lights are too bright so you can't see it. This is Hacivat by Nishane, Istanbul. This has been very, very strongly compared to Aventus. Yes, there is a similarity in the opening for me, but it goes in a complete different direction in the dry down. It's much more woodier. It's much more patchouli. And, the comparison to what I just mentioned is minute for me. It's an enjoyable fragrance.
I love that fragrance. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of things that are, again, compared to Aventus, and there's a lot of things that are in a similar genre. But that's because Aventus by itself kind of opened a new genre of fragrances. So it's understandable why there's things that are going within the same stream, because it seems to be really appealing to a lot of people. And sometimes also at different price points. So I really like this one. I do think that it's in a similar genre, but it stands on its own, for me.
So 4 fragrances thus far. Let's go on to number 5. I believe it is your turn.
Is it my turn, darling? Ooh,
Since we were talking about it, we might as well bring it out, right?
Well, this is my love. If there, I can drink this thing practically, and everybody who knows
She's a fan.
They say that I do drink it because, and equally I love the EDP and the extrait version because for me the EDP of it seems more like it's a little bit more masculine. It has the dryness of the cedar and that pine for me, but the extrait has more of that sweetness, that ambergris, almost like that almond.
Syrupy.
It's super syrupy, and I love that. It's not cloying for me. It sits on my skin beautifully. I don't even notice it, but I love it.
To be honest, I prefer the EDP.
Yeah?
Yeah, so. Next up is from a very popular designer, but their upper tier line. This is now called Maison Christian Dior. This is Ambre Nuit. This is a really good fragrance. I used to own it, but I moved it along because I didn't wear it. But oddly enough, one of my previous managers at my current job, she's left. It was the only fragrance that she complimented me on the whole 6-7 years that she worked there.
It's beautiful.
So if you're a friend of mine, I do keep track of who and what says what about which fragrance.
He writes it down, so he's got all that on you.
This is definitely an ambery, warm fragrance. It's got a pretty pronounced rose.
Yeah, very, very much of a pronounced rose, but it's such a classic,
Yeah.
beautiful amber that has this transparency around it. That to me, this is something that a man, a woman can wear. And
Completely.
fall, winter is the best time for me when it comes to that. And it's actually even an amber that you can pull going into the office. So for me, this is a classic.
Awesome. Next up, we have this one here. Be careful the cap.
This is oh my god, I dropped. No, I'm kidding. I love Rehab, and there's a lot of conversation about this being compared to Spice Bomb.
I get the similarity.
We had this argument right before we started filming. I said no, because for me, and I have Spice Bomb, and I love Spice Bomb, but Rehab really stands on its own because on my skin, it's super creamy lavender with a beautiful sandalwood and cedar and musk, and that's where that creaminess is coming from. So for me, this opens up beautifully. I get so many compliments when I wear this. I just love it.
We also disagree on what season. I think it's more for the fall, winter. She likes it for the spring, summer.
I rock this all spring, all summer, going into the fall right now, but I'm about to switch to like the Side Effect, Oud for Greatness from here, and they also just launched the Atomic Rose.
Yes, you smelled it already?
Oh my god, I've been wearing it yesterday all day.
All right.
Showered in it practically.
I intended to put them all in the one line, but we're going to have to make a second row.
Yeah, they don't fit.
Next up, we have from the house of Masque Milano. This is called Tango. This was composed by Cecile Zarokian, and I just love her work. I pretty much universally love everything that she's put her beautiful hands on, or her nose on.
Me too. Or both.
It's a really great, spicy, warm amber that is ridiculous for the colder months. It's just an absolute beauty. It's, for me, eyes roll back in the head type of fragrance.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like you brewed this tea with amber and it's so saturated and you're just... He actually has the Russian tea one that I also really love from the collection, but Tango is a beautiful spiced amber. I agree. It's a masterpiece.
Good stuff. And definitely a modern classic coming up, I would say, in my opinion. Although we're not one of the absolute diehard fans, right?
Well, I was in the beginning when I first got this in 2012. This is when I got this bottle.
What is it? If they can see.
Oh, just in case you didn't know, this is Tobacco Vanille.
Ooh, the bottle just glimmered.
Yeah, it was like, Pew! But I mean, for me, this is a special fragrance because it kind of marked that decade for me. You know, like this, I think, whole decade has been in a way about tobacco and the mixture of tobacco and vanilla and spices, something that hasn't really been around so much before. And I have some special moments associated with the scent, you know.
Do tell.
No,
Tell.
No, it's a secret.
She just officially teased you.
It's a secret. So I like this fragrance, and even though I don't wear it so much anymore, and I will admit to that, I still will always have it in my collection.
I have a huge decant of this, so I never got a bottle, but I do enjoy it. Not as much as I do other Tom Fords. I'm pretty partial to Tom Ford overall, but a good one. This is definitely a classic, a modern classic, and it's universally loved by many people. Yeah. Niche lovers and non-niche lovers love that one.
Absolutely. I love it.
And last up we have,
Not least,
from the house of Frederic Malle, this is Dries van Noten. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. If you've ever wondered when the reviewers say it's a creamy sandalwood, it's creamy, it's warm, it's waxy. It's just, this is a delight. And I didn't realize how much I love it until I smelled it on someone else.
Really?
Yeah. It was at Menfluential 2 years ago. It was worn by my friend Courtney Schulhofer, and it smelled absolutely amazing. It's very kind of similar-ish to the type of fragrance like Valentino Uomo Noir Absolute.
I love it.
That waxy kind of feel.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a beautiful one. I mean, Frederic Malle, I don't know if he can do a bad fragrance. I don't know how many of you will agree or disagree with me, but for me, I'm like, Frederic Malle's like, oh!
So there you have it, my friends. 10 fragrances that you can get a decant of at FragrancesLine.com. Thanks to the generosity of FragrancesLine, we're offering a 6 ml decant of any fragrance on their website to one lucky subscriber. This is US only, I'm sorry, but all you have to do to win that 6 ml decant is subscribe to Brooklyn Fragrance Lovers, subscribe to Scent Menu, like this video, then leave one comment down below with what you enjoyed most about today's video. Also, there will be a discount code for you to get a percentage off of your whole purchase. It will be in the description box under the video. Look for that, and if you want to go shopping, there's a discount code for you. If you're new to this channel, please do consider subscribing. If you haven't been a subscriber, click on the bell icon to get notifications on new reviews, new content giveaways, and all the fragrant fun always happening right here at BFL. Take care, stay blessed, and I will see you at the next review.